Hello, everybody. I just wanted to welcome you to Susan and I, and we're going to do a little show with regards to astrology and tarot and all the beautiful things about this world. And I think everybody needs a little bit of a kind of a pick me up and have a bit of a jolly time because life is to be enjoyed really more than anything in this world. So I want to welcome Susan, and Susan's just going to introduce herself. And she's an amazing, absolutely incredible lady who's very gifted in everything that over the last 3 years we've known each other, and yeah, absolutely phenomenal. I mean, incredible. So very, very warm welcome to you, Susan. Thank you so much for joining. And
Thank you. Thank you, Rachel. It's a pleasure to be here. I know we've been talking about doing this for some time, and here we are. And what an auspicious day. It's a
yeah,
solar eclipse in Aquarius, which is all about hopes, dreams, and wishes. It's the Chinese New Year of the fire horse and a new moon. So planting seeds. So this is a wonderful time to start something, to collaborate together, and having, the wherewithal to bring what we can bring together to help our fellow sentient beings of all flavors.
yeah.
So, that said, quick bio on me. So I'm English, but I live in America. I've been married to my husband for over 40 years and moved to America because of being married to an American. I do visit England every year, though. I come from a family on my maternal side of tarot readers. My Nana, in living memory, I would actually help her split the deck. I would come home from school. They lived in a pub, and my granddad would open the front door. I'd walk from school. I'd go into a sea or a cloud of cigarette smoke, and there would be my granddad after hours with all his friends playing dominoes, smoking for England and drinking pints of Guinness. Said hello to them, would go upstairs to see my Nana, who would also be in a cloud of smoke, drinking copious amounts of tea with her friend, reading tarot. That was normal to me. That was, hello, this is your after school treat. But it was fun, and I loved it. And my mom read tarot, and I would help her too. And I didn't embrace it till I was older, but I'm doing it now and I adore it. I'm also a medium, a platform medium. I do demonstrations here. I live in California, at a crystal store once a month, and I do readings there also. And I'm available for readings on Zoom. So that's just a brief. Oh, I've got multiple other things that I've done too. I was a beautician for ages, years. In America, it's called an esthetician. And it was from that I would get psychic information about people that led me down that path. Anyway, as we talk, you'll get to know me.
Yeah, because you do. Susan's given me these incredible aromatherapies, haven't you? And yeah, absolutely gorgeous, really, really
Yeah,
lovely. But you're
I
in
did.
you're in LA essentially, so that's where probably where
Essentially,
yeah, yeah. But
yeah.
yeah, so I seem to have quite a few ties with LA somehow, and San Francisco. Anyway, but yes, it's the best time ever because the Chinese New Year. So Happy New Year, everyone. I forgot to say that at the beginning, but yeah. So we're on the fire horse track now. So
Right.
we're going to be galloping into this new arena of new information. Yeah, and more people really getting on board really with what has actually been happening in this world, because it's time to do something about it, because 2027 I feel is really when things will really start to get sorted. But this year is going to be like the shocking year. um
Yes, yes,
and actually, on that note, because we've got Susan's amazing card, we've got the card view as well.
yes.
I wonder if it's worth looking at the next. I suppose, should we have a look at this whole year, the rest of the year?
We
Do you want
can.
to
I
have a?
seem to have, my camera seems to have frozen
Oh,
somehow.
does it? Okay.
Hmm.
Let's. Do you
You
want
see it?
to pause the
Yeah.
recording on your computer just briefly
Oh,
until we get that
no, I think
sorted? You got it?
no.
No. Do you want to pause the recording on your computer?
Okay.
Great. Okay, sorry everyone, technical hitch there. So we're back.
No, we're not. Um, sorry. I press record.
Okay, we're back now.
Okay, we're back. Yes.
Yay, I can see your
Little
hands and
tech,
everything.
a little technical hitch there.
I love it.
Sorry.
I love it. So what cards are we using here then? Because what we'll do is we'll in the description, what we'll do, and also I'll add any links below as well, and as will Susan on her channel. So we can link each other's channel so that you can have a look at Susan's, because you'll be doing other podcasts with other people, which is wonderful. So yeah, so you let
Yes,
us know.
yes. So this is the regular Rider-Waite deck. Um, it's actually, it was a gift. It was gifted to me from my son. It comes, I'll post the link. It's in a big presentation box with a book, and each page explains what's going on in the deck. It's Taschen, Taschen, I believe, but we'll write it in the link because it's a coffee table type book, and this is the deck that comes with it. So, and I love
Fantastic.
it. Okay.
Amazing. I love it.
Okay. So did we get a question?
So
No, no.
So the year that the snake year, I suppose up until well we have I don't yeah we've got our fake year beginning and ending, don't we? But I suppose if we look at this fire horse year as an entirety, that would be quite exciting.
Yeah, so it'll be from this February till next February because
Yeah,
their new year clearly is different. So yeah, we can have a quick look at. I wore red in honor of the fire horse today,
I
but
do.
what made me think about wearing pearls was yes, it's going to have a lot of action, but we can't just be in action because you've got to balance it, right? So I wore the pearls because that's water, so we've got fire and water, so it kind of tempers the heat a little bit because we don't want
Even
too much heat because we can burn out. Yes.
no pearls
So
as well. How funny.
yeah. Okay, so let's have a quick look around the year of the fire horse. I know um, in regular symbology, animal symbology, horses are actually, I have this wonderful book. Um, I bought it, Spirit Animal Wisdom.
Hmm.
I bought it. It's a lady I bought it in Sedona, Rachel Faribault, and I just had a quick look at horse. So I don't mean to digress, but it just kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
And her rendition, she has a lovely deck that goes with it. She's an illustrator, she's an artist. Um, Embrace your free-spirited nature and explore limits. Explore beyond the limits of what you know. It's encouraging you to take your wild side and, evolve and do what you want to do, not what you've been told you must do this and it must look like that. Do your own thing, expansion of in your life. Don't let yourself become bored or dull due to a lack of challenge or stimulation. When we find ourselves getting too comfortable, that's when we kind of, digress. Let a horse lead you to new adventures. Life is meant to be lived fearlessly with wonder. Don't hold yourself back from experiencing new opportunities due to fear, doubt, or anxiety. Now is the time to let all that go and trust in the unknown. Remember, the universe is here to support you. And as long as you stay true to yourself and live your path authentically, you will
Mm.
always be on the right path. So, sorry, I just wanted to um, make that there. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Uh,
let's have a look at. Okay,
horses are so beautiful. I do love
yeah.
horses.
So the
Absolutely.
first card down, look at that, temperance. We've just said we've got to temper it. We can't go full steam ahead like a bull in a china closet. We've got to plan focus. Any that was it that there's that book, The Art of War. I don't want to embarrass myself. It's Tao Sing or something like that. And it's all about planning it and being focused,
Mm.
having that willpower, having that fire within, but don't be like a brush fire and just burn everything in your path. You've got to, that's what firemen do, don't they? If they have a brush fire, they have strategic points, places where they control the fire so that it stops the wildfire spreading. So,
Okay.
okay. The next one. Yeah, coming together. So this is kind of us, and this is the advice really of, where, how do we do this for next
Yeah.
year, over this year? What was going on? Yeah, we've been stuck. Well, I mean, I think it's all divine timing.
Yeah.
But fours are about stability, but this is pentacles. So sometimes, in the past, all we've been focused on is being in that little hamster wheel to live, because that's what we were told was how you did it. Get a good job, find find the right degree or whatever you want to do, get the job, stay there for life, and you know, house, family, kids, picket fence, that kind of thing. But that's just nonsense. It doesn't work like that,
No.
you know.
And then I think
So
the latter end of that one is like retire and die.
exactly, yeah. Well, I'm 64 this year, and I keep hearing
Wow.
that Beatles song in my head. Will you still need me when I'm 64? I'm just getting
Oh,
started.
yes, exactly.
I know
Oh,
what's going on now.
love it.
So, yeah, so I think that's been stuck a little bit in the rat
Yeah.
race kind of in the past. And here we are. Communication, being patient. Queens represent being patient. In the court cards, you've got the page who's got idea. You've got the knight who's on his horse because he's all young and I'm going to do it. And you've got the queen who's doing it, but she's a
Mm.
work in progress. She's literally working at it. So she knows you've got to negotiate. You can't just say, right, I own this company. Everybody do this, this, and this. You've got to see how it unfolds and what do you want to change a little at a time. Whereas the king, he's been there, done that, and he can manage at a distance kind of thing. So we
Okay.
need to come together with a plan, with a focus.
Mm.
And the outcome, it's going to look, so the hanged man, I like this card. It's kind of like, it's just sitting back and mulling it over. Don't be a hothead. Let's negotiate, because if you ask 100 people, they're all going to want 100 different things in their life. So we've got to
Mm.
do the basics, just like we were talking before, at school, it's reading, writing, and arithmetic. There's got to be some basic necessities that need to get done. But if we do it in a community spirit, then the most important things get done first. So it's inclusive of everybody. Otherwise, you've got fringe people saying, well, what about me? And what about me? And what about me? Yeah, it's all good and well, but we need to get the foundation first, right? So this would be the foundation of the past. This is the
Mm.
foundation of the future. This card here, which is the Hanged Man. So he's also number
Patient.
12. Pardon me?
He's patient.
He's very patient, but looking at the number
Mm.
12 boils down to three. We've got to be creative. We've got to, I mean, it makes me think of like the log house with the native um, Americans or natives from indigenous people. They would mull it over. They would, come to the elders with, this is our proposition, this is what we would like to have done, and they'd all talk about it, and the right decisions will be made based on the the need of the majority. So,
Mm.
rather than having a screaming, shouting match with each other, I think we should all just come and here we are. We've got the chance now to make this a better place. How are we going to do it?
Yeah.
Logically and in a balanced way. Okay, and the advice. Oh, there he is, the emperor. So he listens to his people. He's got structure. He can be aggressive. He's ruled by Mars, which is fire.
Mm.
It's, the red planet. It's action oriented, but again, in a balance. You can't just go and mow down all the buildings. You've got to have, okay, well, this one's falling to bits. Let's get rid of this building and then we'll replace it, and then so on and so forth. You just got to have a more strategic plan that comes with discussion and talking about it, but
Mm.
not like I just thought of the movie The Life of Brian, the PF whatever the acronym is, and they have motions to talk about it, and all they do is have motions upon motions upon motions, and nobody
And
talks about anything, nobody gets anything done. No, we can't do that. We've got to be active. Yeah.
yes, yes. And that was something that
Okay.
was slightly missing from The Secret as well, the action side of things. It's just,
Yes, yes. They
yeah,
were just sort of stating the bleeding obvious, but
yeah,
they didn't actually tell you how to do it in a day-to-day way. Yes, yes.
yeah,
Okay. So again, here's the younger people, especially because that's who's really it's important. We're the bridge. I think the bridge between how we did it in the past and how it can be done, and
yeah,
they're going to take it in their way. It's like passing the baton, and they're going to run with it. What makes sense for the future?
yeah.
So it's coming together. The old, if you see this card, it's everybody's coming together in peace because the caduceus is healing.
Oh,
And it's related to Mercury, the messenger of the gods. So if we all come together and have a little chin wag and, all be polite and honest and authentic.
yes,
And he's coming together with news, ideas. Let's do this. But he can be a bit hot-headed.
yeah,
Again, the fire.
yeah,
Whereas the emperor, he was a hothead in the beginning, but he's learned the hard way. So now he can rule. I'm not saying we need a ruler particularly, but underneath, look, we've got three major arcana here, but these two major arcana saying temperance. So it's all
mm.
about tempering the energy. And I know we're all beyond done with how things have been in the past. And I
Yeah,
think by this time next year we'll be, on our backs with what's been exposed. But hey ho, we're
yeah,
gonna pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and start all over again, as the
yeah.
song says.
'Cause
Because
a
we're gonna
horse,
do it together.
but a horse makes it feel like we're just go, 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 go. I suppose that, yeah, especially like a fire horse makes me think
Yes.
that things are going to speed up dramatically. But the first card that was down was the temperance side of things, which is more patient.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I think
Well, yes. I'm gonna have to stop again. Okay, so the temperance, I mean, that's our higher selves,
yeah,
however you perceive that, it's a higher frequency. Is it as in part of us in a higher frequency? Or is it all the higher frequencies wanting to just help us? But we need to come together instead of it being a separation, it needs to be a oneness. And that's going to be the challenge, I think.
yeah,
But I think there's enough people that kind of comprehend that. And I feel it will manifest.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, for I suppose the first 6 years of since 2020, it has been, I mean, every moment I've thought it's going to happen. That people are going to find out now. People are going to find out now. And then it's
Yeah.
all going to be,
Yeah.
and then you got to wait and you got to wait and you got to wait. And yeah, I think we've been pretty good with our patience thus far.
Yeah, but we've got to have more patience. We've got to have
Yeah.
patience with ourselves and
Well,
then
um,
patience with each other.
with each other. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's that's definitely key. Absolutely. And also, I suppose there's a bit of I mean, at the beginning, I couldn't wait until, there was like, I told you so.
Yeah.
But there
Yeah.
was that kind of like, oh no, but no, but and now I'm known for like, oh, you're just, yeah, full of nonsense. Oh no, that's the kind of stuff she would say, kind of thing. But anyway, that's just, I think
Yeah, but
a
you've
lot
you've
of us,
probably you've probably planted seeds though, because
yeah,
I've been speaking of, shouting off the rooftops too for a long time, and my family just kind of think, okay. But now, they're like, oh, Susan, you talked about that. Could you explain a bit more? So, don't cut yourself short. Yes, it's a little bit out there, but it's okay.
Mm.
It's everybody's at their own pace.
Yes.
And it's patience and having patience with one another.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, oh, they don't know anything and I'll leave them alone. No, it's he ain't heavy, he's my brother. I'm sorry, I get songs. uh,
I know
uh,
that one. Who's
it's just how spirit works with me.
yeah.
And they're all songs from the 70s and 80s, so I apologize for younger audience. My 18-year-old just rolls her eyes at me and says, Mom,
I could do a rendition of He's My Brother.
that's right. Yes. And we're all brothers and sisters. We're all
Yeah.
stars in the
Yeah, no,
universe.
you said that just before we started. Susan said we're sis stars, and I thought I've not heard that one before because it's they are the spells essentially that we've been kind of
Well,
brought up with.
exactly. And if you think of master, Ma, star, Mars, a star. So aggression. Who's the master?
Oh,
So yes, words are spells, so we have to be very careful and mindful of not so much what we say, but definitely what we say, but how we say it, the intention behind it.
yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. I was just having a look at the next question.
Yes, yes, yes. Let's
We
crack
wrote some
on.
notes. We wrote some notes.
Good, good.
Um, So there is, and this is kind of historical side of things. Now, fire horses potentially were known to be disruptive to society, and
Hmm.
there is kind of like it's bantered around that they were potentially eliminated as much as possible. So I
Hmm.
was just wondering if we could ask if that is true. Were fire horses, did they try and because of their disruption to society and the rules and things in which we should acquiesce.
Well, I'll do the cards, but if you think about it, if you're wanting to control people and you've got a whole generation, a whole year's worth, how many people are born in a year that
Mm.
come in already action oriented? Let's get this going. Let's start something new. That's going to be if I was somebody, if you were a leader, you wouldn't want, if you were trying to control people, you wouldn't want that, would you? You'd want more
No,
passive, yes, I'll do as I'm told people rather than I'm going to stand up and do something about it.
but
So,
this is kind of woo-woo stuff to a certain extent. So, and they are, they're into the woo-woo and trying to
yeah,
stop
no, I
using the
think it
woo-woo.
seems
And
seems
yeah,
it seems quite logical, to be
yeah,
honest.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
Well,
the
it's to see
question
what,
is, was
yeah.
was I don't think it's been forever. I think it's been when a certain group of people took over that they realized there was this potential for, a lot of mayhem with these individuals. So let's see if that's the truth. Okay.
Mm,
All right. So So we'll look at it like that's is it the truth? Is these are the people controlling and these are the people that they wanted to eliminate. So
yeah, yeah,
that's how I'm going to read it. Okay. So
perfect.
you can see clearly right there.
Yeah, yeah.
These guys don't want any part of these guys. Okay. In the
Mm.
past. Yes. So,
Ooh.
when life was not controlled the way it is or has been, because I believe it's changing already,
Mm.
that they were a benefit to society because maybe prior to that, to the year of the horse, it was a more slower paced, way of living, more yin. So now to balance it, you need the yang. So if you have a balance of the yin and the yang, 12 yin and 12 yang, then you have a very harmonious society. You've got the doers and you've got the thinkers and you've got the ones that stay home and look after the people who are doing. So you
Yeah,
need you need it all. No one's
yeah,
greater than the other, but you need it all to work.
yeah,
So there was a celebration. People, the community enjoyed the the fire hose because it was needed.
yeah. Now my cousin is
Okay.
a fire horse actually, and she's
Oh,
the only other one that is in our whole family that is aware of this world.
and is she quite a feisty person? She likes to get things done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. She's
Okay, so
amazing.
between that, see, there's your magician who gets things done. He's a manifester.
Love it.
And then the
Sounds about right.
advice, yeah, endings. So it seems conclusive.
Love it.
Let's see what they say. But going forward,
Oh, is
so it's
that the
going, I
moon?
feel it's the moon. Yes, sorry. So the moon, in this situation, I believe it's another thing that's going to be exposed, that was indeed going on, kind of on the hush.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that, yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. And also I feel that, as we know more and more of these things, obviously it's there's grotesque to the, power of a gazillion. We have to just not, fall into the mind of imagining it. I think personally, I like to just come back into me. Okay, 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 okay. Let's all do our own shadow work. So the moon card to me is also going in and doing your own shadow work. So
Mm,
for example, getting triggered by all these things. Yeah, I mean it is triggering, but what is it about particularly that's triggering you, and what in your life, what does that look like, so you can work on
yeah,
helping yourself?
yeah, absolutely. But your hardest times are your best times. And I think, yeah, as we've come out of this snake, the shedding, I think loads
Yes.
of people, I mean, yeah, I've had lots of messages of like, oh my goodness, you never guessed what happened,
Yeah, yeah, but
people
you
that I
need
thought,
it. You
yeah,
you need
yeah,
it.
we
Yeah.
do, we do. It's how, yeah, I'm personally in my own life, it's been fantastic to as soon as something happened, and yeah, it feels like an arrow in your heart, and it's just it's quite overwhelming, and I'm having this human experience, but then at the same time it's quite intense, but then something magically comes along to help me that just out of the blue, and teaches me that it's just another door shutting and more doors are going to open. So that's,
Precisely,
yeah,
precisely. And you're evolving and becoming more patient so that you can help others. Yeah, it's just how it works. It's a beautiful choreography of assets and deficits and pros and cons. But if you realize that's all that it is, and just try and learn from it, that's
yeah.
that's the challenge.
I was going through because I keep chickens, so I was going through my chicken den yesterday, and I caught my coat on a like a screw or a nut or something, and it ripped all my coat, and all these feathers came out, and I just thought, there's just going to be angels following me everywhere. It's fairies everywhere. Because
Exactly.
sometimes when you see a little white feather next to you, it just reminds you that, there is, it's not just us here, but there are
Oh,
other entities helping us and trying to help us see certain things in certain ways. And we can ask for help. Um,
absolutely. Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that is the magical thing, and just to be, and then it helps us to be of service to others. I think that's the beauty of it. Absolutely.
yeah. And
Um,
we all learn from each other too. Nobody is any
no,
better than
yeah,
the other.
absolutely. Yes, exactly. And then,
Mhm.
and just before we went live, actually, we were talking about this lady that does this qigong, in terms of kind of helping people with their own path, and you found this very useful, the qigong. I don't know if you want to talk about the lady that has this channel, and
Yes, certainly.
yeah,
Yeah. So, after I became an esthetician, I did that for many, many years. And I really felt, yes, it's nice, people like it, but there's got to be more. I want to help more personal growth rather than just looking nice, which is important, but I just wanted to take it a step deeper. But I didn't know where to go or what to do. And I just thought, I fancy aromatherapy. Let me try that. But before I did, I actually went to a friend of mine who's a licensed hypnotherapist. And I thought, let me see if he'll do a past life regression on me. And he did. And three separate lifetimes came up, and in each one, I was associated somehow with aromatherapy, whether in a healing capacity. So I thought, okay, I'm on the right path. So I took an aromatherapy course, which was wonderful. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And one of the ladies, one of the other students, her name is Marissa, she was really into Qigong. Well, she has subsequently got a channel on YouTube, and um, she mixes yoga and Qigong. So it's YOQI, Yoki. And during lockdown, my dad came to live with, I was living in England at the time, and there was this big panic on that there's going to be soldiers and tanks in the street. And I thought, oh my God. So I said, Dad, you need to come and live with me. My husband was in America and I was in England, so he wasn't able to come down. So I said, okay, we're not going to sit and watch TV all the time. We're going to do something. So I made everybody in the morning do Qigong. So we put on Marissa, and she's got this wonderful 30-minute Qigong for beginners. It's fantastic. And so we did it. And so my daughter, my youngest daughter, and my father did it, like under duress almost, but they did it just to please me. Anyway, recently my dad said, you know, remember we did that exercise during lockdown? And I said, oh, you mean the Qigong, Dad? Yeah, that's it, that's it. He said, could you give me the information because I want to start doing that again. And so I did. And he does it very regularly now. And he said it really improved how he feels. And he's 88, bless him. So I try and tell everybody as much as possible, if they want to, it's free will, to check Marissa out. She's such a lovely lady. She's so authentic. And her teaching is so simple. I did it this morning. I figured, yep, I'm going to get that chi flowing. I feel good. And I feel that, obviously it helps the blood pump more oxygenated blood, so you think better.
Yeah.
And I highly recommend it as a practice.
Yeah. And it's for the beginners. So it's
She
not.
has a whole,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
but that one particular, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's amazing. And I try and tell people about the spinning because the spinning makes you brainier. It makes dyslexic people non-dyslexic and brainy people brainier. But literacy,
Oh,
numeracy, memory skills all massively increased. But as you spin, you become dizzy, and it's when you
hmm.
stop and you get your center of gravity, and it stimulates something at the back of the brain, just above the lizard brain, and
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's incredible. And memory just returns.
Wow. Is that like the swirling dervishes, that kind of thing?
Yeah, but swirling dervishes that they'll focus on one point and spin their head and look at that one point, whereas when you become dizzy, you just look everywhere. I
I
just
see.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. And I tell mothers in supermarkets and if I ever go into I don't go into supermarkets very often these days, but when I see children spinning,
Hmm.
and sometimes their parents tell them off for it, and I go up to them and say, it's the most intelligent thing your child does. It's brilliant. It's really good for them. So, yeah, but I try, yeah, on that front.
Fabulous. Fabulous.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, should we ask another question for the
Oh,
card
yes,
today?
yes, 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 yes,
Yeah.
yes. Let's.
Okay. Um, I'd really like to ask, it's a bit of a random one. Now there was this chap, he was Japanese actually, and he's got a place down in the south of England. And what he does is he sings and meditates to the plants. And he basically he doesn't put any manure, he doesn't put anything special onto the soil or anything. But he sits and meditates and sings to them. And I sing to my chickens, and we had a brief discussion about this before we went live. But I'd like to see if it's going to become kind of like main practice for people to do this kind of thing. Because what I saw in the demonstration was these he'd grown these tomatoes in this fashion, and he'd done a strength test with people. He brought them to the front of the audience, and they clasped their hands, they put their arms down, and he pushed on them, and he pushed them all over. So that was the first strength test. And then he put one of his little tiny tomatoes up their sleeve, didn't matter where. And because he did that, he then did the strength test again, and he couldn't budge them. So it was the energetics, and this is my opinion, the energetics within those tomatoes because of the energy that they've already received in which they grow. So a plant's stomach is the soil. So you ask the soil or the ground to support the plants, and then because he initially had found blight on his tomatoes, and he went to have a serious word with his tomatoes.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
hilarious. But I'd love to is this going to become kind of like a known thing? Is it something that's going to be adopted by people moving forward? Because I think the intention side of whatever we do is so important. And there are so many different ways of, kind of gardening. However, there's the galactic, well, I call it galactic gardening, biodynamics, and then there's permaculture where you're using animals, and there's the food forests where they're very kind of minimal work, but a lot of kind of abundance, but you do need more space for those potentially. There's the no dig, there's
Yeah.
there's all these
The,
different practices, but I'd love to know if kind of the intentional side of planting farming is going to become more kind of mainstream. I mean, maybe it takes 5 years, to really get
yes, yes, yes. I
going.
think,
I don't
I
know.
think, in my opinion, it's an obvious yes. But let's see what the cards say.
Yeah,
Anytime that we put our intention of love and growth and of well-being, it just like when you put your hands on someone, even if you just talk to somebody that's not feeling good, or you just
mm,
go, you're okay, automatically you feel the love. So why wouldn't plants? But I guess the question is on a large scale, if you're doing commercial, do you
yeah,
just employ people to go over them? Or I mean, how do you do that? Or do you just play music? Or I'm sure there's ways, but anyway,
yeah.
let's
No,
let's
he,
have a
he
look.
employs
Let's
people
see.
to just sit there and
Okay.
meditate
Okay.
and sing. Yeah, yeah, he does.
Okay. So this is the idea
Yeah,
coming out. And
it's a disappointment.
so disappointment, but who's disappointed? Maybe the plants are disappointed that we don't do this. Because if you think about it,
Yeah.
it's my understanding that the bird song helps the trees.
Yes, yes.
So and that's nature's already providing that. So why it makes sense. It's just not probably, it's all about the money and well, with the electroculture, the fertilizer and all that sort of stuff it was all a means to an end for something that we're trying to look alternatively away from
Mm,
that.
mm,
Yeah. So in the past, we've got just like I was saying, no, we're not going to do it that way anymore. We're going to do it this way because we're going to make more um feed the machine this
yeah.
way. So let's come in between it. So I would look at this as this is the chap with his ideas. The question is this something that's coming out? I think a lot of people are being more mindful, even people that don't realize, like, um, for example, there's been products that we know on they cause problems in the body
Mm,
that people are now aware of, and they're not using them. And those are people that wouldn't probably sing to their plants or talk to them, but they do realize, no, we need to be a little bit more mindful of what we're putting on our plants, because ultimately it's all going in our bodies.
yeah.
So you would want the best in your body, right? So I feel that there's a disappointment in the people who understand this way of thinking.
Mhm.
But we've got the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is somebody who has a big heart. It's a fire sign. He's got the lion, so I always feel like he's connected to Leo, and Leo is the lion heart, you know. And he's looking at the chap to the left who's got the news. So I feel that there will be a momentum behind it. It may take a while, but it's not really rocket science, really, if you think about it. If you're um, creating food or you're growing food for people, you'd want it to be the best it could be, not
Yeah.
the worst it could be,
No.
because it's feeding the population, and you would want to give, it's your family. If we all believe that to some degree we're all connected,
Yeah.
you're feeding your family, you would want to give it the best. which
Well,
is, you know,
some people just think it's just fuel, and there's no intention into, creating
yeah,
in that
yeah. But I
sense,
think
which
that's
is
going to
different.
change. The more people talk
Okay.
about it, they're going to have a think. And
Yeah.
here she is, his counterpart with patience. So yes, I do feel in time it will become mainstream. And certainly, if you grow your own food, which is, I feel, going to be more and more
Yeah.
the thing as it was in the past. Yeah, there's going to be intention about it. Absolutely.
I love
And the
it.
advice, start talking, just having a conversation with your friends. And even if they think you're, woohoo, you've planted a seed.
I don't
You've
care
planted a,
anymore.
yeah, you've planted a seed as they plant their seeds.
Yeah.
And they're thinking about it and they'll mull it over. And in time, they'll think, you know what, maybe there's, I mean, thinking back, I remember when my older children were in school, they had the maybe it's a typical chemistry experiment where they had two plants and they would put classical music played with this one and they'd put like heavy metal on the others and have to do a report and a back in those days it was the cardboard, the three paneled cardboard where you would have it all written out and as opposed to a PowerPoint is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But the
Yeah.
conclusion was, and they would have the plant in front of the board. This is a conclusion, and every time, bar none, the plant that was surrounded with the classical music
Yeah.
survived. The one with the death metal didn't do so well. So
No. No. Yeah.
I think it's always been there. It's just been forgotten, but it's
Yeah.
going to be remembered.
Hmm. I love it. I love it. And it's okay. Yeah. So there's
But you
this.
you practice electroculture, don't you, in your
Yeah.
in your
Yeah. Yeah.
farm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to the degree that I'd like to.
Yeah. Well, you don't have the time, but if you had other
Well,
people that love to be on the
yeah.
farm doing that, yeah,
Yes, I do try and do 1 to 2 hours a day. But it's not
that's a
always,
lot.
but yeah, it's not always the best weather here.
True.
So when it's raining, it's the polytunnel time, and when it's beautifully sunny, I'm out either on the bench rocking away and singing, or I'm physically trying to sort out one of the beds with the chickens, or one of the yeah, because we've got some plants that are well set and they've been there for kind of 30 years. Yeah. Anyway,
Wonderful. Yeah. Well, so they're
yeah,
obviously happy.
they are. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I mean, it's a joyful environment. I don't get much signal on my phone, so I don't spend much time on my phone on in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and there is the joy of the chickens and yeah, but their little faces looking up at me. They are the sweetest little thing, and they're quite fascinating. They're like mini dinosaurs, basically.
Yeah. 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 How lovely though. How serene and how therapeutic all around.
Yeah. Oh, it's heaven, heaven, heaven. I live in heaven. And then
Yeah.
today I just took a video of walking down the stream, which runs down the side of my veg plot, and we've got watercress growing and it's just starting to, kind of flourish. And it's
Wonderful.
oh, yeah.
Nature's bounty. It's right
Oh,
there.
so abundant.
Hmm.
And then, because I started seeing auras but green is that
Hmm.
abundance because I mean nature is green, it's very green. And it
Yes.
is that
Yes.
it's love,
It's
it's
connected to the heart in the colors of the chakras.
yeah,
It's the heart.
yeah.
So
Oh, is green
absolutely.
the heart?
Hmm.
Okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm, it
Learn
does.
something new every day.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Well, I knew green was love, but I only knew it was love through nature and abundance.
Yeah. It's all
Got there in a
connected.
different way. Yeah,
That's okay. It's okay.
yeah, yeah. Okay, fantastic. So there is a really interesting subject actually, and it's something I've just come across recently, and it's the
Yes.
ancient, like the old ancient metal beds
Yes.
with the one with the knobs on them that
Yes.
like
Yes.
most people find really cumbersome, and like
Yeah.
they just want to get rid. They're in the attic and they want to get rid of these, like, yeah.
They have kind of a Victorian feel, right? Those
Mm.
ones.
But they're
Mm.
fascinating, absolutely fascinating healing beds, essentially. And they used to cost more than a horse because,
Wow.
yeah, because of their healing capabilities. And so that you'd find them in hospitals.
Yes.
Um, and then they would also use linen sheets. And I
Yes.
think they would magnetize these beds. That was said very quickly through this video, the magnetizing the actual bed. And
Hmm.
so the magnetism would then heal the person as they're sleeping. And so what replaced them was the kind of like the MDF kind of like glued wood with all the toxins in the glue
Yeah. Yeah.
going
Yeah.
into people's, you know, kind of, yeah, all your breathing apparatus, your lungs.
Right. And
So
the drawers underneath, so there's no flow of air underneath the bed either.
there you go. Yeah.
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 Sorry.
And so no, it's all right. And but the knobs and the way the whole bed was constructed, I mean, it's fascinating. But the knobs essentially would create this kind of huge EMF bubble to protect you from electromagnetic frequencies, and they would then essentially replicate. So they were antennas, and we have cymatic structures, the old style buildings, and they're
Yes.
beautiful. They're
Yes.
cathedrals,
Yes.
churches, yeah, monoliths, but a lot of them had the antennas on the top, and
Right.
supposedly, you know, they were the free energy, but actually they transmuted from one to the other, and so they kind of it formed a network.
Hmm.
So anyway, so this was essentially an EMF protection bubble around the bed to help the person while sleeping. Now, of course, I've been on Facebook Marketplace to have a look for these things because they're literally pennies. It's
Wow.
incredible. Now, the knobs they don't they no they can't replicate these any longer because the
Mm.
technology the information has been lost at the moment. Now, whether it is somewhere, I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
it's somewhere. Yeah, I'm
It
sure it
must be.
is.
It must be
Yeah.
somewhere. But they would smolder, as in cool it down,
Mm.
the knobs in the dew of certain herbs. And I thought that was fascinating.
Wow.
Um, and so that's the backstory of it.
No, that's
Um,
fascinating. So are these brass beds particularly?
so I don't know what alloys they used. I don't know. Yes, I mean on the front of it they look like brass.
Mm.
Yes. But
Mm.
I don't think they are just brass. I think they're like a mixture, a bit like the ancient
I-
mirrors that were used. But
Okay, so it's an amalgamation of different metals.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I'd like to ask about these beds.
Yes.
And is it true they were used for healing? I mean,
Okay,
I'm
let's ask
sure.
that. Let's ask
Yeah,
that first. Were
yeah.
these beds created primarily for healing? It's almost
So,
like a very rudiment, well, no, not rudimentary. We've become rudimentary, but like an earthing blanket now. Same sort of thing.
yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, there's so much about this world that we have no idea about, and I find
I
it
know it's
so
exciting.
exciting. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you talk about it, it's like, I think I know that. Why do I know
Yeah.
that? Because we're remembering.
We
Okay.
are. We're
Yes.
starting to.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the question is it true that these beds were for healing? Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
So that's always a lovely card. So that's a
Mm.
brass bed, and this is the healing. Oh, yes,
Oh,
indeed.
really? Is that a major?
Yeah, it's not only is it judgment, but look, these people are waking up to the higher self, to the higher knowledge. They've heard this. Just like I said, it's a second before. It's like we're all waking up to knowledge that we know. We just forgot about it.
Wow.
So it's all divine timing, and it is very exciting. Okay, so there's the sun in the background. So the sun is so there's something to do also with the sun, it would appear.
Interesting.
But
I
also the
wonder if,
sun, sorry, the sun, that's the jolliest card. That's got the most, I mean, the sun gives life.
yes.
So in a way, it's saying in the past, yes, it gave life. It helped protect life. It healed you while you slept.
Mm.
look at all these major arcana. There's three main major arcana. So the high priestess. So how is she in this? So she,
Secret. They've kept it a secret to
it's a
the
secret,
populace.
yes.
Yeah.
But again, it's waking up our intuition because we're like, God, that really resonates. I feel like I know that, because I'm obviously clearly quite older than you, but I remember the old generation would have had those beds. I remember them. So
Hmm.
it's not that long ago that they've
No,
been slowly,
I used
you
to
know.
sleep in one.
Oh, okay. So you're familiar with it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
look at this. So they're going to come back. Somebody somewhere is going to live it. Well,
Resurrect.
yeah. I think the information is in a particular place in a big house in Italy, if we know what I mean.
Okay, yeah, 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 yeah. Well, I get what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
audience knows. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. I feel that's where a lot of this secret information has been stored. Okay. So that's choices.
Interesting.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
wow.
Yes.
Another major
Yes.
arcana.
Yeah. It won't into judgment. Yeah. I mean, it's out there. It's just searching for it. Make the decision to do some research. There's some brilliant minds now that didn't live at that time that could be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll put the
yeah,
link in. I'll
yeah,
send you the link as well, and we can share it
okay. But
beneath the
this is
podcast.
information connecting to, yes, a memory. So the information is clearly available somewhere. So
I
it's
love
just
that.
making the decision, look, to coming together, making the decision and knocking on the right doors, saying, right, give us the blueprints. We're ready for them again. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Goodness me.
I feel that about a lot of buildings, at least in my hometown, that
Mm.
they've demolished, that,
Mm.
some lame excuse and put up some, concrete, depressive,
Oh, no.
dystopian
Yeah.
architecture. And you think,
Oh,
what the heck? Take
yeah.
that down and put the beautiful building back up.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, on that point, I wonder if we could ask if in the next 5 years we will learn how to rebuild those specific buildings again.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I
That's a
do
great,
feel
great
that,
question. Yeah, I've
yeah,
been thinking about that too, thinking if I had the money, I would find those blueprints and get them
yeah,
sorted. They've got to be somewhere.
they've got to be. Yeah.
Probably in the same location underneath this big house in Rome.
Oh, it's specific now, not just Italy. Yeah, I've got a question separately about that, but actually,
Okay, what were we asking? Sorry.
no, no, no.
Oh,
But
yeah.
so
It,
here we're asking in the next 5 years, are we going to learn the knowledge of how to rebuild these beautiful buildings
got it. Got it. Yeah.
or our cymatic, beautiful
Yes.
cymatic structures?
Yes.
Some people
Yes.
call them Tartaria, but oh,
Okay. So that's. Oh, sorry about that. Are we? Well, yes. We're going to figure it out how to do it. That's
okay,
what the cards are saying. So this is who owns it now. So that they must be available somehow
okay,
because um I think also it's not, this just doesn't represent the negative entities, but I feel that it's us. We need to be in our power. We're so conditioned to, oh, I
mm,
can't help. There's nothing I can do. Well, what, who's going to listen to little old me? But if we all have that little spark of confidence and
mm,
say, no, we can do it. We can, the David and Goliath kind of thing. We're little and weak, yes, but united we stand.
mm,
So
yeah,
let's figure it out. Let's find this information. See, he's got the information, he's stealing it from potentially these guys.
yeah,
His cards are complex. It's not just it means only this, it means only that. It's so in the past we had all this and everybody had a beautiful existence living in symbiotic homeostasis. Oh yes, look at that. He's our knight in shining armor and
oh,
it's a fire horse, right? It's a red horse.
no
This is
way.
the beginning
I love
of
it.
that passion of, yes, let's find it. So we
Yeah.
can have these harmonious buildings that can heal us just by being. And
Yeah.
then we'll all have better quality lives.
I love it.
Everybody wins. Yes, stop worrying about it. Okay. Yeah, again, it's patience, so it's not going to happen overnight. But once
Mm,
you plant that seed,
yeah.
and I do believe the seed has been planted, and it will be more seeds planted this year, that and we can teach the younger generation how to go about it so they live in the better world.
Yes.
Oh, and that's kind of coming quickly. So there's going to be a period of waiting, which could be this year, and
Okay.
then it's all going to flood out, and people are going to leak information, probably like, oh, I just happened to find these scrolls in a basement somewhere. Oh, look, they're the blueprints for beautiful buildings that are harmonic. What a
I love it.
coincidence.
I love it. I love it. Yes, because there's now above these cymatic structures are rainbows, and rainbows are full circles, but obviously we only see half of them over ground. And in places where there are rainbows, but we can't see any cymatic structures, what they've done is they've buried them. And there is a place in Scarborough that is a rainbow, but there's no cymatic structure because they've buried it, and it's called Race Course Hill.
Mhm.
And I mean, I love all this stuff. It's fascinating. There is a question actually that I haven't actually got down on this on my notes, but I'd love to ask it. And I was doing, the what do you call them?
Dowsing,
Yeah,
dowsing.
the dowsing rods. And I
Mm-hmm.
was because my chickens always stand in one spot. And I
Oh,
thought,
okay.
do they just stand on a ley line or something? Is that why they always stand in that one spot?
Mm-hmm.
And I got them out basically, but they were open wide and open wide and open wide. And the last time I tried it, there was, they were open and then closed and then walk for a while longer and open and then close. Now, it's the total opposite now. They're all open and a tiny shutting and all open and a tiny shutting all the way down the field. And I was blown away. And I thought, is there something going on energetically? Um, I mean, I heard that the earth is happier now. And so the ley
Mm-hmm.
lines are much bigger
Mm-hmm.
um, beneath us or around us. I don't know if they continue. I suppose they do continue above ground as well as,
I would
um,
imagine. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Well, yeah, I mean it seems likely. I know personally heaps of people that have been doing ley line healing for quite some time now.
yeah,
So
was
it's
that
clearly happening.
happening and
And
making an impact?
yeah, yeah. And the 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 planet is evolving, as are all planets. So we're all going slowly but surely into a higher frequency
Yeah,
anyway. So that would
yeah.
make sense. But we can ask the cards. So what would you like to ask? Are we already starting to live in a higher frequency, or have they been
Um,
healed? I think.
are the ley lines opening? Is it a direct relation to the earth being happier?
Okay, I love that. Happy, shiny people.
Holding hands.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, it's such a
Okay.
glorious time.
Okay. So that's the earth. It's wanting to build something. We were just talking about those type of buildings, weren't we?
Yes, yeah, the cymatic
And
structures.
yes, things have changed. Things have changed.
Oh, wow.
Yes, for the better. So
Mm,
this is ruled by Jupiter, which is the expansion planet.
wow.
And this is the lucky planet. And because this is a building something together as a collective, it's a good card. It's not a negative card. So that's good. In the past, there's Mother Earth, happy, fruitful, of value. Yes. So this is a lovely card. This is overcoming obstacles and starting to be progressive in whatever it is you want to do. So it looks like I feel it's a combination of what we were discussing. I feel that there's been enough people that are healing, that constantly doing ley line healing,
Wow.
plus the universe, the actual geography, I guess, of the earth is elevated, and it's gaining momentum.
Wow.
It's kind of, I feel like it's in a brand new place. I don't know, there's like all these cycles that the earth goes in. I feel that this is maybe either a new place that it's never been before, so it's unique. So
Wow.
there's it's like the first time, in history, which is fab.
Wow.
And this looks like, again, the emperor usually comes from love. Look at him. He sat there on his throne, but he looks approachable. It's like, don't mess with me. I've got my armor on. I've got my cape. I'm ready to wallop you on my head with my big ankh. But I actually love people. So back off. So I feel that, again, there's this, we're creating this momentum,
Yeah.
everybody doing their part. Everyone's a little piece in the jigsaw. you know Divided we fall, united we stand.
Yeah.
So I think it's together. But if you think about it, as indigenous creatures of the earth per se, we're unconsciously feeling the energy of the earth, and we're being elevated with
Mm,
it.
yeah.
So it would make sense, maybe even people who don't actively do healing, they do think, you know what, this is a beautiful scenery. I love looking at the coastline, and you just send it love just by thinking that. So I
Yeah.
think more and more people are appreciating, I want to live where it's beautiful and I feel free and I can breathe the fresh air, as opposed to a 96-story high rise made of concrete
Yeah. Can't be
with
fun.
aerials at
Mm.
the top.
Yeah. Can't wait until we get to demolish all of them. Yeah. And
Yeah.
not
Yeah. So
living. Sorry.
here we are again. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, no, no.
It's we're slowly but surely progressing. Here we are building something on the earth, building something as a collective, slowly, but it's the integrity and the intention of it, because it
Yeah.
benefits all, for heaven's sakes.
It really
Because
does.
we've heard the call, which, even if you do anything that's higher vibration, you feel better.
Yeah.
Even if it's wearing a nice outfit or having a bubble bath when you feel exhausted, it raises your vibration. It's a natural thing,
Yeah.
it's, you feel good. If you do something that makes you feel good, you feel good. You
Yeah.
act better.
And then
You,
yeah,
yeah,
exuding love. Yeah.
exactly. And if more and more people are doing that, it's all going to connect
Yeah.
and just blanket everywhere with this higher frequency,
And we're
which
all
is where we
becoming,
want to be.
yeah. And we're all becoming more telepathic unknowingly,
Yes,
or realizing that we are.
the
Because
memory.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because I know Cliff High, he does a lot of I suppose looking at the future in terms of the way in which we use language, but that all came from him being hit by lightning
yeah,
on an aeroplane, and everybody knew that they were going to get hit by lightning the second time, and so their language changed, and he noticed the nuance, the change in the nuance and the specific words that they were then choosing because everybody knew. I mean, it's fascinating.
absolutely fascinating. Yeah,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
But if you think about it, going back to the water, our bodies are at least 70% water, and we know that there's a memory in water. So if we're
Mm.
made up of water, there's a memory, whether
Yeah,
it's from our ancestors, or if
yeah,
the you know if I mean, clearly our body goes when we go, our soul goes on, but our bodies die. But our DNA, it's in our blood
mm.
from the past, so the memories carried down.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, your body physically becomes slightly lighter as you evaporate in as your soul out of your body. And yes, we're like 70% overall water because I love water really interests me. But as you zoom into the cells, we're 99.9% water. So I suppose the holistic view of the body is, when we have an issue with a specific part of the body, is it an issue with that part or is it a water issue potentially? And it's just creating that kind of right environment so that your body can then help to sort itself out. But I'm not a doctor. Oh my goodness, the rules and regulations of life, honestly.
Yes.
I was
Oh.
that we were discussing Susan and I recently because we were looking up our birth signs and the days in which we were born. And Susan has this fascinating book, and it gives you like an overview of every single day of the year and the different things. And I was born on the day of defiance.
That is
I'm not.
very appropriate.
Yeah, I'm not good with rules, and yeah, well, yeah, I got expelled from school, so that was was
It's
about
pretty
right.
pretty rebellious, yeah.
So I'm as bit on the next topic, I'm working on specific projects to help humanity, and there's all sorts of different things, and how it's come about has been incredible. And that's been with these magnetic bowls that we've been helping people with pain, and you can see other shows for about all those kind of things. But I've been also working on different projects in which we can help each other and create a healing environment, healing resorts, spaces for or SEND schools, which is I don't even know what SENS actually stands for, but it's um, do you know what SEND? No. Anyway, but
No.
SEND schools are well, I would love it to be for all children. So it's the forest schooling. It's it's catered individually for each child and it all came about through a conversation with a friend who has a problem child who was badly abused growing up, and so she rescued her when she was 4 years old, and she's been fighting for her for 4 years and finally got her into a decent school finally. But she needs a lot of care and attention, and she doesn't trust people, and I kind of don't blame her for what she's gone through. So, and I love these kind of opportunities that we have because again, it's that we go through difficulty so that we can elevate even higher to a certain extent, and everything works for us and not to us. So out of that conversation, I was inspired to, and this is how it all started. I thought, well, she has 6 children. She's got no time to write a business plan. She's trying to do her own little business. She doesn't want anything to do with the government in that sense. So she's a single parent looking after all these children, having to work, and it's like, I have no idea how she does it. Should we just pause just for a moment?
Yes.
Excellent. Sorry, we had to pause there. We have technical difficulties. The telephone has overheated, so we'll have to resolve that one for next time.
Uh,
But we'll go old
yes.
school. It's fine. It's fine.
Yes.
Actually, okay. It's just because do you want to turn or oh no. I tell you what, I wonder if I can um I'll just remove that one. Apologies.
Okay. Yeah.
There we go.
Makes sense.
So going back to I've been creating these templates because my friend wouldn't have time. So I started with the SEND school, and I thought it'd be lovely if people, kind of wanted to potentially build or work on these project plans, because it would need a lot of resources. So we need a lot of, I call them conscious co-creators, and people, and there are so many beautiful people in this world, and I think we really can build on what we have. So that was the first one that I did. But I'd like to ask the cards. Now, these are big full projects, so I'm helping to fund it, so I can't run any of these projects,
That
but
makes
I'd
sense.
love
Yeah.
to initiate that. So it's taken me 2 years to find the right way in which to do things to fund it, and so it's a loan at a 3.5% loan, but there's a leeway for the first 3 years if you're doing anything that involves construction and things, so you don't have to pay it back for 3 years. So in the fourth year, as long as it's making and generating some money. But then, it can go in cohesion with other projects that then are better money makers. But in 2007, I do feel that we're going to be earning more money. In fact, should we just do three cards on that? Is that is that something that is true, that we're going to have more access to money by 2027?
Yeah, we can look at, yeah. Yeah. Interestingly, you said 2007.
Oh, did I?
Before, yeah. At least that's what I heard it as, which is
2020.
interesting. Yeah, so what happened to you significantly in 2007 as the cards fly everywhere?
They want to talk, obviously.
Yeah, like, okay, they're telling
2007.
me.
I'm trying to think what I was doing in 2007.
You were probably in America, no?
No, 2017 I was in America.
Okay.
2016 I was in America, but for different things, different sides of America.
Okay. All right. So let's ask, will we all have access to more resources, financial resources in
Yeah.
2027? Does that sound good? So
Yes.
we're doing three cards, right?
Yeah.
So that would be, how to put it, three cards. We can do challenge, resource, and lesson, possibly.
Okay.
Oh, we don't want to do past, present, and future because we're
No,
just
true.
interested in the future. Uh,
Or beginning of the year, middle of the year, end of the year.
Perfect. Okay. So first one, that looks like we're all tied up in our thoughts and
That's
not
a no-go.
sure. Well, it's not a no. It's kind of a maybe because it's like where the perception is, no, there's no money. We're all gonna starve. But
Ooh,
this card, it's progress. It's an 8,
yeah.
and she could get out of there with a bit of effort. So maybe we just have to look at things differently and stop,
Yeah.
boo-hoo-hooing kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, middle of the year, there's some news coming.
Ooh.
Ooh. And the end of the year, uh-oh.
Go for the middle then.
But it doesn't necessarily
Yeah.
mean because fives are changes.
Yeah.
So
Should
it,
we
it couldn't,
clarify?
yes, let's clarify because it could mean, well, we're not getting as much gold as we can eat, but we're getting something. Instead of getting
Okay.
3, we're getting 2. But
Hmm.
we're all, because momentum's building about, oh, we're going to get all this money and da 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 da. I don't think that's the answer, to be honest,
No,
because
no, money. It's just a means. It's an energy side
it's a
of
means
things
to
to
an end.
get something going. Yeah.
So maybe it's going to look a bit different, So we're going to be initially like, oh, I thought I was going to get a check for, gazillions. It's not going to look like that. So I'll pick one more, okay? Yes, we have to be patient. We have to be patient. And probably for that reason, we're
Yeah.
feeling like, oh, because, it's almost assuming that there's going to be, a distribution of wealth all across the board for everybody. It might not look like, oh, you're going to get a check. Maybe it's things like our taxes are lowered or things
Hmm.
don't cost as much.
Yeah.
So in a way
Yeah.
that's you're gaining money, but you're not physically gaining the money. It's
Yes.
like
True. True.
an analogy would be, when you see somebody homeless in the street and they come up to you and they say, can you give me a pound or a dollar or something?
Hmm.
What I tend to do is say, well, what do you need? Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? And the ones who are will say yes, and I'll go and buy them, whatever they ask for. Usually it's a
Hmm.
hamburger and give it to them, and they're grateful and off they go. But the ones that are going to use it to feed their addiction, they will
Hmm.
say, no, no, I don't need anything. So I think if you use
Hmm.
that analogy across the board, if you give everybody an abundance, not everyone's going to use it to their highest good, and it may end up making things worse for them in the long run. So, if you're again the person, whoever's in charge of it,
Yeah.
you've got to be responsible. And I feel being responsible would be more like lowering or eliminating taxes. That'd be great.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's a bit
And
like living somewhere, isn't there, as well? Because if your food is already provided for, you do get a wage, but but then everything else is already there for you. You've
yeah,
got people looking after your children. You've got, the abundance of time. You've got space, but you've got money to potentially spend on other things, and that they're well-paid jobs, but yeah,
exactly.
we're
So
going to be
it's it's
so
it's it's
abundant.
it's patience. We'll
Yes,
pull one more, just like, okay, after the patience, then what? Yes, we're moving away from our feelings of how it felt. So this is a moving away from the past kind of card, but
yeah,
he's learned something. He's not just like, oh, I'm not going there in this way. He's learned something emotionally. He's like, I don't like how that feels. I'm going to take what I've learned. It's like this card reminds me of, when you see older generations in your family arguing, for example, or they have a routine that you think this is so antiquated, and you think, oh, note to self, I am not going to do that. This is kind of a note to self, I'm going to do it a different way card.
yeah,
So he's moving away um, from what didn't work
yeah,
and moving to a new way that potentially will work. So I do feel that, yes, we will make progress. Will it happen overnight? No, because, you wouldn't give a 17-year-old a Ferrari. It's just, I mean, some people do, but it would have to prove to me, if my son was 17 and I was giving him, I have to prove to me that he could be responsible.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's basically what I feel. I mean, I don't know. I'm just how my mind works. That's
yeah,
how I see it.
yeah.
And that's what the cards, that's how I interpret the cards.
I would have loved a Ferrari at 17.
I don't think you'd be here to talk about it.
I did do drag race. What was it? No, Formula Two racing. It was in
Oh,
these.
did you?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I did a day of Formula Two racing, and I nearly won. This guy clipped me on the race, on the actual race. He clipped me on the
Ah,
last corner, and
on
I came
purpose, do you think?
and I came second. Well, I beat him in the souped up Sierra on the dirt track anyway. I beat
Good,
them all.
good. Do you think he sabotaged you on purpose?
I don't know. He just wanted to win. I think, yeah,
Yeah.
it was,
Okay.
no,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it's fun. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
quite competitive when I was younger, and I think
Oh,
I've
well,
lost.
good, good.
I've lost that. Not competitive. I'm competitive against myself more than anything now, and I think yeah, it just takes a different track.
Yeah, that's more challenge, a challenge rather than competition is like,
Yeah.
like I need
Mm.
to win at all costs, which is egocentric. Whereas
Yeah.
challenging yourself to be the best you can be is a different mindset. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Like when I play table tennis, my little brother used to play for Yorkshire, so I got really good, and I'm a fast player.
Oh, good, good. Well, you're nimble. You're you're
Very nice.
you're quick, and you like that. Your mind works fast too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, life is just, it is that there is a fast pace to it in some respects, but I think there is also the beauty in the slowing down, that hanged man. I found it very difficult through my life to understand that hanged man. Very difficult.
Well, I
I've
think
got there.
that's where the saying, the youth is wasted on the young, because you've got all this energy and you want to live life at its fullest, and you make
Yes.
all these mistakes, and then when you're older, you realize, oh, I did need patience, and
Mm,
it's just sort of clicking into place now.
yeah.
So, in a society that, in my opinion, there's room for everybody. It's not just if you're young and beautiful or the old crone. I think we can all work together, just like the indigenous people did. Everybody knew how it worked if everybody did, their role, so to speak.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
I don't mean being told what to do, but, just like it works this way. If you have a
Mm,
question, go ask somebody who you feel is a mentor who could help you.
yeah.
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 And
Absolutely.
likewise, there's nothing wrong with an older person asking a young person. For example,
Yeah.
how to work the computer.
Yeah. And there's a school in Russia where the children teach each other.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
it's
that's like Montessori
fascinating.
philosophy,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And there was a story from a young a chap that said that he'd gone, he'd done normal school basically, and he just still couldn't understand cell division. And then when he went to this school where the children teach each other, this 11-year-old taught him all about cell division and explained it in a way in which he'd understand it. And but it took an 11-year-old to help
Yeah.
him.
It's fantastic. It's
It
I
is.
I think that's
It is.
wonderful.
Yeah. And I think some people just intuitively know. So there is that side to it as well. But yeah, yeah. So should we have a look at so we're gonna do this show, I think every couple of weeks, every other
Yeah.
week.
Hmm.
So should we have a look at the next 2 weeks ahead?
Okay.
What does the universe want us to know about the next 2 weeks ahead? And do we
Okay.
still have to keep our cool?
Oh, yes, definitely keep you cool.
I try.
Yeah. Okay. So I have taken, I belong to, it's an association, it's Tarot Osophy Association. It's a club for tarot readers. It's based in UK, but it's you can pay a subscription.
Okay.
And the chap who runs it, Marcus Katz, he's written several books, and I learned from him this three spread: challenge, resource, and lesson. So I'm going to do that with the three cards. Okay, what's the challenge?
Yeah.
What resources do we have? And ultimately, what's the lesson of said challenge?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. I don't know. I feel quite giddy actually inside, like, the butterflies before you open all your birthday presents, that kind of. Okay, the challenge. So
Ooh.
that could be information, in the world, or it could be you intuitively getting more information, but that's a challenge. So it might be like life-changing information about the world you live in, or who am I, why am I, that kind of thing.
Maybe more truths coming out potentially.
In the world, definitely more
Mm.
more revelations about what's been going on. But I do feel also it's because this is sort of a spiritual card as
Mm.
well,
Mm.
So I feel that think we're all going to collectively get more aha light
Yeah.
bulb moments. Like,
I was given the word revelations yesterday.
yeah, okay. And the resource, so that's quite fast. So if you
Mm.
imagine you're on a hill and this is somebody here and they're saying, well, it could be aggressive or passive, however you want to look at it, but these are coming down. And when they
Okay.
go down, they've got the velocity that, it's speedy.
Yeah.
So an 8 is advancing.
Yeah.
So it's coming quick. Okay. And this
Yes.
is wands, which is action, fire. Wands is the will. Okay. It's happening, right?
Action. I
And
like action.
the lesson, I love this card. This is Venus in Virgo. So she's somebody who's worked hard,
Yes.
um, but has it from her heart center because Venus is, the planet of love and beauty but this woman's worked for it. She's not just sat and said, okay, I'm going to marry a sugar daddy. She's done it herself and she's proud of it. And she's now at a 9, which is attainment.
Okay.
So I feel that again, that's the kind of the feeling I was feeling like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah. You could feel her coming.
yes, yes. So I would say there's some good news coming. Yay! It looks like, if I do it like this, so it was
Yeah.
that one, and that one. So if
Yes.
we read them one, two, three,
Three. Yes.
news, both collectively and personally, is coming fast. It's going to make you believe in yourself. It's going to give you your sovereignty. So how does that happen? Well, usually you get some good news and you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
So whether
Yeah.
it's again just it doesn't have to be that you're winning the lottery. It could be, you know what, I feel I need to do this and I'm going to do it because I deserve to do this. And you do it and you feel good about yourself. Could be
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
And or it could be, big headlines, things have changed and we're all feeling okay. I feel good about that too. So
I
I
love
feel within 2 weeks or the next 2 weeks, things are looking in
good
good.
shape. Good shape.
Yes, yes.
Well,
How's,
yeah. It's, nature is so like going back to the nature side of things. I mean, she is very abundant, isn't she? Is yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
love that.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Yeah, this lady, so Virgo, um, this is Venus in Virgo card astrologically. So Virgo is there are a lot of healers and even doctors and nurses, a lot of them are Virgo, very
Mm,
Virgo centric. It rules the sixth house, which is about your day to day,
mm-hmm.
your
Mm,
healing and what you do for a living. So I
yeah.
feel like there's some healing coming. Again,
Mm.
whether you believe in yourself more or you realize that things aren't quite as bad as they seem.
So is
Yeah,
it could we do a clarifier on the healing side of things? Is it coming from Mother Nature then? Because that lady's very, to me,
well,
Mother Nature.
well, she's
Is that
abundant, but see, the pentacles are of value. What she's of value. She knows she's of value. So it could be she actually physically has tangible wealth,
yeah.
but she's also realizing her value
Yeah.
as an
Okay.
individual. Yeah, that she is more valuable than she thought she was.
Mm,
So there's news coming in this way. There's news coming in
mm-hmm.
again, either personally or collectively, that we're valuable. So that could be a coming together
Yeah.
to, you know, um, get somebody to move or to leave, or it could
Yeah.
be believing in yourself to, I've always wanted to learn astrology and read astrology as a living, then, that could be that. It's
Yeah.
it's whatever, however, is
Yeah.
meant to be for you individually and collectively. But we
I love
can
it.
look, I do love an extra card. It's like just one more, just one more. Oh, yes. See, new beginnings.
Okay. Is that what the fool is? The new beginnings?
Yes. And he's ruled by the planet Uranus, which is kind of radical shock.
Not your
It's,
anus.
yeah, well, that too.
Sorry.
But
It was a
it
joke
can,
when I was younger. I think
yeah, yeah.
Men are from Mars and women are from
Venus.
Venus. Is that
Yeah.
yeah? But
It's a
there was
book. It
some
was a
play
book.
on Uranus. But anyway, sorry. Yeah.
Well, I think some people pronounce it that way and they don't
Mm.
realize how it comes across. But yeah, that one. Uh,
Sorry.
which is also the planet that rules Aquarius. So it's
Yeah.
hopes, dreams, and wishes, starting something new,
Oh wow.
um, a little bit radical, like, oh, this is new. It's also technology. So, things
Mm.
might be coming out on
Yeah.
the airwaves in technology. So it's exciting times. It's exciting times. So
Yeah.
going back to my lovely book, The Spirit Animal Wisdom, I'm going
Yeah.
to pull a card,
Okay.
just like what animal wants to talk to us, and give us some idea.
I love it.
Yeah. I didn't go in the shop for these. I think I went in for something entirely different.
Good.
And
It's the best way.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like impromptu meetings, the things that are not necessarily planned, but on the spur of the moment are my favorite. Ooh.
Peacock. And I have peacock feathers here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And I'll read it real quick because I know time is of the essence.
Yeah.
Um, when you're ready to, so based on these cards as well, because it's all connected, when you're ready to stand confidently
Mm.
in your unique expression of self, call on peacock. This vibrant and stunning bird is a reminder to embrace your natural beauty and not be afraid to stand out. Venus. Wear bright colors, and let yourself have fun with your wardrobe and self expression. Peacock energy enables you to have confidence while still remaining grounded. That's definitely her.
Wow.
Your beauty is more than skin deep, clearly. You have a generous and loving heart that holds just as much inner beauty as what you see on the outside. Acknowledge your patience, which seems to be the word of the day,
Mhm.
compassion and desire to help others. You shine brightly as an inspiration to those around you. Peacock is a bringer of good luck and prosperity, again, the Nine of Pentacles, and will help you in achieving your sincerely rooted humanitarian goals. Embrace these qualities and love yourself exactly the way you are. So
Oh,
thank you,
thank you. That's
Rachel. Oh,
amazing.
her name's
Mm.
Rachel too.
It's a fabulous name she has.
Yes, 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 yes,
Oh,
yes.
I love it. I love it. Thank
So
you.
that was
Yeah.
fun, more fun
Yeah.
than I ever imagined. So thank you very much for inviting me to
Yes, no, I
share
thank you.
my impressions and
Your
opinions.
and your passions and your joy and what you're amazing at because of your passion. Yeah. And it's lineage as well. It's come through the generations for you. So I think that's the magic. That
It
is the
is
magic.
magic,
And
yes.
yeah, yeah. But well, we all are, but
We all
I
are,
think some
yes.
are ahead of the game in terms of, kind of the downloads. I think I do things different. I see orbs.
Yeah. But that's okay. It'd be robotic if we all did the same thing at the same
Yeah,
time. There'd be no point
yeah.
to it, right?
No, true, true. And yeah, but so do we want to do like just a grounding meditation to end off with
That'd be fabulous, and maybe the intention to just to send healing to who and where it needs to go for the highest good of humanity.
mm,
Okay.
yeah,
So, do you want me to say a few words? Yeah. Okay.
that would be
Okay.
lovely. Yes, please, Susan.
Okay. All right. Beautiful. So let's just take a cleansing breath and just let it all out, all our thoughts and worries and all the things that's going on in our head. Just let it all evaporate into the ethers for healing. And then let's take in some cleansing breaths. And as our breath normalizes, take our mind, our thoughts down our body, down our legs, through our feet. Connect with Mother Earth. Just feel her soft embrace. And imagine roots coming out of your feet, going down into the mother. And imagine it like a little nest, cocooning you and loving you and nurturing you. And you feel safe and loved. Just take a few deep cleansing breaths in the earth. You can feel the soil warm. And you can let your imagination run wild. You can feel the crystals. You can see all the little critters down there all scurrying around doing their thing, leaving you alone. And then just acknowledge, give love and gratitude. And then in your mind's eye, come back up into your body. Come back up into your legs and into your body and settle all that beautiful earth energy into your heart, knowing that you're grounded, you belong, and you feel good. And then just take a second to take your mind now up to your higher self, up, up, up to the higher frequencies, to source, to the sun, to the stars, to the universes, and just feel in their energy and their love too. And give thanks and gratitude for all that we have within us. And allow this beautiful, vibrant, endless energy to come back into our bodies and let that combine also into our hearts. And as the energies blend together and swirl about our bodies, let's open up our hearts like big Care Bears and open up the sun, the heart-centered love to the world and let it shine to where it needs to go, to who it needs to go, to give support and healing, in a sense that we are doing this together for each other and for the future generations. And with that, come back into your heart, come back into your body. Take a last breath in this beautiful place and open your eyes.
Oh,
Thank you, Rachel. This was so much fun.
oh, I had a song pop into my mind.
Good.
Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
Do, do, do.
Oh,
Oh, beautiful.
glorious, glorious.
Beautiful.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And we hope you enjoyed. Yeah,
Thank you
glorious
so
Tuesday.
much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, super. So we will see you all in a couple of weeks. And
And
yeah, and put down in the comments any we're going to try and stay away from politics because loads of people do politics. So we're looking at the future. We're looking at the grandioso of who we are and how do we come together and how do we, I don't know why I'm thinking of the word ecclesiastic. I don't know why that came.
ecclesia, not ecclesiastical.
Ah, okay.
Ecclesia.
Ecclesia.
Mm.
So yeah, together we will shine. And that I think that is the energy that we're bringing in. So that's what we'd really. So if you'd like to ask any specific questions about the cymatic structures or like I don't know, there's all sorts of things that we could ask about.
Yes,
But
and
yeah,
anything, just not on the political spectrum, because that's
yeah.
so low energy.
Yeah, and for the collective as well. So, but
Yeah,
yeah, So so put stuff in the comments below, and yeah, I look forward to seeing you very soon. Thank you, everyone.
wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Thanks. Bye.